Make no mistake, I have a pretty good sense of self-worth. But this race season has been challenging with its highs and lows. Hey cycling community, this is Steve, Grusis the Cycling Greek. And the recent low has been the series of 4 Zwift races. Even though I put in a little more than 600 miles in the past week and a half, which is more than I think I've ever done, I was pretty well rested by the time I got to these races. What made this day challenging is the old forced category upgrade on the old guy. I finally crossed over 350 points to 352, and this category goes from 350 to 510, so I'm at the bottom of this. And when you throw in the fact that within a couple months I'm going to be 70, this was not as easy as the previous races. Now there is a 60-plus rider in these races. Cool Hand, I think, is his handle. I don't know his exact age as he has privacy settings on his profile, but he did quite well. So rightly or wrongly, I'm thinking there's hope for me yet. I like doing these mini races because it plays right into one of my weaknesses: short, strong, sustained efforts. This first in a series of mini races is always a challenge for me. No matter how well I warm up, this old guy needs this first race to get his legs fully engaged. At least at the moment, I was able to get myself in the position that I wanted to, which is toward the front, so I can use it as a buffer in case anything happens, that I can still stay connected to the group. As a side note, one of the things that confused me in this race, at the start anyway, is in the upper right-hand corner where that map insert is. There's mileage. Now it shows about 7.3 miles, and I thought that I had seen it was going to be about 2 miles, but I'm going with what I see. At 1.3 mile, we're on a small climb, and we're stretched out, and I'm on the butt end of what's the connected group, and I've just lost contact with them. I'm down to doing threshold, and riders are still going past me. Not yet having figured out the race distance thing, I'm thinking I still have about 6 miles to go, and it's going to be a long, slow 6 miles. I'm also wondering if I'm going to make it in time for the start of the second race. I'm looking at the data on the right to see how far the riders are in back of me. I can work with them. Maybe if they catch up, maybe if I catch this guy, I can work with him. Little did I realize till I crossed it, that was the finish in front of me. Then I was thinking, how am I going to make a video that people want to watch when all the races are going to be like this for me? On to the second race. Now the race description has this at 4.3 miles, as does the mileage in the upper right-hand corner when it was showing before the race. As I replay my voiceover, I can tell that my voice sounds different. I just came back from a 65-mile moderate endurance ride, so that's why I get this funny sound. In a little bit, I'll be talking about my training plan for the last month. Now, I should feel a little smoother in this race because I've already warmed up in that first race. Of course, everyone else can say the same thing. Fortunately, there's not a lot of climbing in this race. I think there's about 160 feet. But at this speed, or this intensity, again being in a higher category, it's probably going to feel a lot harder. As with the last race, I again move myself toward the front. Not the very front, but just back enough that I can take full advantage of any draft and still have a bit of buffer in case something happens. When I first started with Zwift racing a while back, I made it a goal of mine to always finish in the top half, or at least to aim for that. That was my primary goal. Soon thereafter, it was happening a little more often than not. Then later on, I was even vying for podium positions. Now it looks like I'll be starting over with that. In the last race, Tyler Fields-Reifsteck won that race. I didn't see Cool Hand in the results. He may not have raced this one. Just a bit ago, I mentioned that my goal when I first got started with Zwift racing was to finish in the top half. Actually, before that, the goal was to make it halfway through with the main group before I got dropped. In that first race, I got dropped with 0.6 miles to go in that 2-mile race. Now in this one, I need to go 2.15 miles to hit the halfway point. And right now we're at 2.4, 2.3, and I'm still connected. But if you notice the little graphic up above which describes the climb that we're on currently, my connection with the main group is becoming tenuous. Currently being 27th out of 33 riders, 29th now. I don't have any more sag left. So pretty much I got dropped at the halfway point. So now I do what I usually do in these situations. I take stock of where I am relative to the other riders. Now there's a rider there because what I want to do is be able to work with others to get to the finish, particularly if we get to the top of a climb. Now I was wondering if this was going to be the finish, but of course it's not the finish. So looking at the right-hand corner, I have somebody behind me, but the next person is going to be about 22 seconds away. And up ahead of us, they will never catch them. They're like 9 seconds. So there's 3 or 4 of us that are working together. This, at least, will make it a little fun. The best I can do in this race right now is 26 out of 33, definitely not the top half. Since I'm not a sprinter, especially in this category, I take off now to see what happens. I'm looking at the information on the right, and basically I couldn't get rid of these guys, so they're up with me. I'm now dialing back a little bit so I don't totally blow, and so I can stay with these guys. Along with trying to get away, I'm also hoping that move sucked a little energy out of the other rider's legs. Once I see no one countered, I figure that these guys are sprinters. They're going to wait till it gets to like 0.3 and then pick it up again. So I attack again. There's no third attack. This is my move. I live and die by this. So looking at the data on the right, I see that a rider has passed me. I look again at the data on the right, and the next guy's 1 second, 2 seconds behind me. So as long as I keep up my intensity, I should be able to stay away from those behind me, but they could be a lot stronger and then just pick it up at the very end because we're now about 0.3 to go. I'm not catching that guy up there. So it looks like I'm going to be ending up 28th place. Tyler again won this race, and Coolhand, 60-plus-year-old Coolhand, came in 5th. On to the third race. In this race, it was just a little bit shorter at just over 4 miles with a little bit more climbing with 221 feet. And for some reason, this felt a lot flatter. Let's talk about my training schedule for this last block. I haven't done a lot of Zwift racing lately because I've been heavy into the racing schedule. Mostly road races with a few crits. We haven't had any racing for old guys in the last few weeks, but we have a couple races coming up this coming weekend and the following weekend. So my training schedule has basically been doing a lot of steady endurance, and then one day doing some over-unders on a climb, and those over-unders usually are going to be where I'm doing about 1 minute at VO2 max and 3 minutes at the top of sweet spot. That's how the first of 2 sets turns out. And the second one, I'm getting pretty tired, and the wattage has dropped, but the feeling, the intensity is still there. That's obviously my structured high-intensity workout. My unstructured high-intensity workout is race play with this group that goes out on Thursday late afternoons. It's pretty much sustained threshold efforts on the way out, then try and kill each other, race play on the way back. And what makes it really functional for me is that these guys are about my level. When I was a lot younger, I could go out with the elites, and I was actually one of the elites, and I would get a lot of benefit from working with them. But if I try to go with them now, those younger fast guys, I'll stay there for one effort, and then I'm off the back, and I'm not getting that much benefit at all. So it helps that I have people that are close to my ability that I can play with. I've just jumped to 1 kilometer to go, and I'm still with these guys. I've got my ugly face on, but I'm still with them. There's one guy behind me who's now passing me, and the next person's about 12 seconds back. Maybe, just maybe, if I keep up my intensity, I'll pass one person or two before the finish. As it turns out, Tyler again won this third race. That's 25-year-old Tyler. 60-plus-year-old Coolhand, he came in 11th, just 5 seconds down. Me, I'm coming in 20th, 12 seconds down. On to the last race. In the fourth race, it was a little over 4 miles and there was even less climbing. While that was good for me, the problem was my muscles were pretty spent. Actually, my entire body, my heart rate, I couldn't get it up to save my life. But what are you going to do? You got to finish the race. Jumping forward to about the 2 kilometer mark, not yet halfway into the race, I'm starting to get detached. Now, I've been going threshold and my heart rate has been below 100, so pretty much I'm cooked. Jump to half mile to go. I had since found another rider and we worked together, and now we're coming into the finish. As it turns out, this race was now run by 35-year-old Michael Nelson from the United States. Coolhand finished about a minute ahead of me. With the performance I did in today's races, it knocked me down below 350 points. So I have a feeling what's going to happen is that I'm going to do well in the lower category. It'll bump me up to the higher category. I'm not going to do as well. It's going to bump me down to the lower category. I'll probably do that for a while. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.